Down, dee dee da la dee down, dee dee da la dee down. Greetings to you all. Merry Christmas, Happy Hanukkah, Happy New Year, and all and everything in between. Happy to have survived a little bit of a snowstorm last night here. No problem. Had family visiting in the way of my son Patrick and my daughter Allison. And so I hope you've all gotten to enjoy, however small, a little small gathering of your family, and that you're all staying safe. Yes. So I'm here with my fiddle today and thought that I'd share a little wee tune with you. This is a reel, and I don't know why I was thinking of this tune, but I really enjoy playing it and thought you might enjoy playing this one as well. It's a tune that's called Trail Magic, and it goes after a tune that's called The 12 Steps on the album with Jake Sharon, who I shared a little bit of us playing on the last post. And so we did an album that was called Half Day Road. And so this is the very last tune on the album. And again, the tune that went before it was an older tune composed some years ago. I used to have a tune that was called The Road to Recovery, which I thought was a terrific name. And it was followed by this tune called The 12 Steps, which of course is a regimen of staying sober, which I really hardly knew what it was about, except that it was an amusing title, and in some cases, I've done titles purely for the fun of them, and maybe this doesn't work so well in 2021, but at the time it was very amusing, especially on stage, to say, here's two tunes, The Road to Recovery and The 12 Steps. But The 12 Steps is actually an older tune, and I think I only ever played it once in Ireland, and I was just thinking about that today, that there was a gig where a bunch of us from the States had been brought over to do a festival in Cork run by Micheál O'Sullivan, and rest in peace, Micheál. And there was a point where I was going to play that tune like solo, but then I was going to be joined by Seamus Egan and Eileen Ivers to come up and play a tune, all of us together. And, we were backstage, and next thing, Donal Lunny was backstage, and he said he'd love to come out and play the Bowran with us. But I think there was some agreement with the filming of this concert, and I know that Micheál looked at us and said, well, if Donal plays, we won't be able to use this in whatever kind of film they were going to make out of it. And so Seamus and Eileen and I all looked at each other and went, forget it, we're going to get to play with Donal Lunny. So that's what we did. So again, back to this tune. So it ended up on this album. After all, many years had gone by. I'm sure that was in the 90s. And so this tune is just called Trail Magic, and it was named by my son Patrick, who loves to go on hikes and often speaks about the kindness of people in the towns that surround the Appalachian Trail, and also the kindness of his fellow hikers. And he says that there's actually a name for all of this, and it's called Trail Magic. So here's the tune. So it's not a complicated tune, note-wise. You'll hear that I'm running into little double stops as I go along. You'll probably notice also that there's some little bit of, what is the word for it? This kind of thing. Syncopation? I mean, it could have gone. But it just really holds it. And maybe the whole tune is really about holding that note because it's so enjoyable. So let me take you through the tune just slowly. And so this is it, just the notes of the tune. A lot of fun doing the, a lot of fun with a lot of jumps going on there, you'll agree. And I can say also that there was good fun coming up with a few variations during that recording. It was the very last thing we recorded for that album, and we had recorded everything in Chicago, but then we went to Philadelphia to do the mix and to add that track, and we went into a studio there, which is a big long story, but let me just say, you never know what's going to happen in a day, because the person that was in that studio before us was a rapper named Little Uzi Vert. And so it's quite funny. There he came out with an entourage, and then we went in and recorded this track. Let me give you the couple of variations that I really liked. I'm doing a terrible job right now filming. Let me just do this. Okay, so one variation happens, and it's so simple, but I loved doing it. So you can go, so I've been going. And really loved doing this. Yeah, so up to speed, usually it is. And then with that in. And I liked it so much that I did it twice. And then the other variation only happens once, and it's the second time through the tune. So I'm going along. So that ended up being the ending as well. But then again, on that second time through, second time doing the B, we did this. First note then of the first part. So to isolate it, it was really just nice to play that fourth finger with the open E. And there's a little finesse with the bow. So that the second part, both times, were So again, playing this tune was just a really nice way to go out on the album with a nice name, Trail Magic. Again, thought up by my son Patrick, so that's nice to have that connection. When I played the last note of this, I always thought that that it needed an outro, and I had these notes, which you can just listen to, that were So Jake did a bit of a setup and had some really nice guitar sounds happen right at the end of the tune, and we eventually get to do that and actually then almost shorten it up to where we're just taking this bit for the outro. So it's something like yeah, I think it's almost like a slight version of a Rolling Stones outro. Will I think of the song? Maybe you'll think of the song, but there's one where they had a really nice change in rhythm, and we thought it'd be nice to do a change in rhythm. So actually this ended up being the long outro to a tune that I've always wanted to do. So most enjoyable. So I hope you like this tune. I'm going to attach the notes to it. And I'm also going to put down that track from Half Day Road. All right. Cheers, everybody. Bye.